Kenyan passport, but very few understand what the new e-passport is all about. Now, our Jewel Kiriungi now joins me to simplify these matters for us. Maybe we can just start by understanding what exactly is an e-passport, Jewel.
Okay, so e-passport generally stands for electronic passport. And recently, the government, through the Department of Immigration, introduced the e-passport that was supposed to start running from September 1st. And what happens with this e-passport, it is an initiative that was developed by the East Africa Community member states to foster integration in the region through a synchronized passport. Now, what happens with that e-passport, there'll be faster clearance at points of entry and exit, and it is also very hard to destroy or tamper with. So it's highly secure. Now, if we were to examine what's different between this e-passport and the current generation of passports that we have, the e-passport contains a microchip. And inside the microchip, it has the data of the passport holder. The data also includes the biometric information of the particular passport. This means if an individual goes to a particular point of entry or exit, an immigration officer is able to confirm whether the data on the microchip confirms or correlates with the data on the passport booklet. Something that's different also with this e-passport is the fact that it is different in color. Kenyans are used to the current passport that is navy blue. Yes. But then the e-passport is light blue. And the reason as to this color, the East Africa Community member states sat down and felt that the light blue is a representation of Lake Victoria, which is a symbol of unity amongst the East Africa Community.
So this is how the passport will look for the member states all together. All right.
Then something also to add, the e-passport has a unique logo at the bottom of the front of the passport. Now, that logo is an internationally recognized symbol of the electronic passport. So whenever you see that small logo that looks like a camera right at the bottom, that already shows you that that particular passport has a microchip inside. Yes. So to get an e-passport, it's very simple, really. What an individual needs to do is to go on the government portal, that is ecitizen.go.ke. Once there, what they need to do is fill in an application form and all the requisite details and make the payment of the particular passport that they want to apply for. So that being, if it's a 32-page passport, that will be around 4,550 shillings. And the payment is only done through mobile money or a debit or credit card. Then once they have all that information, they need to print the form and the receipt from the payment and physically present them at the nearest immigration offices.
Because I guess they have to take biometrics,
yes, they do have to take biometrics. And the biometrics here include a photograph and fingerprints. Then once that is complete, within 10 working days, the Department of Immigration says the passport will be ready for collection.
Oh, 10 days.
10 days
That's efficient,
only.
because I remember, I think it used to take about a month with the old passport.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So there have been questions on how much is it going to cost to acquire an e-passport. And according to the Department of Immigration, the cost is the same. So for a 32-page booklet of a passport, it still is at 450 vis-a-vis a 64-page passport that is retailing, that will cost 7,550. And as we said earlier, the payment can only be done through mobile money or a debit or credit card.
All right.
Yes.
So if I just got a passport, recently, does it mean I have to start again? Like if I just got a passport, say, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
The government has announced a 2-year period to allow for current generation passport holders to utilize the passport that they have up to August 31st of 2019, where they'll all be required to make the switch up to the e-passport. So for someone who feels like, I just got my passport recently and I don't want to spend much more money to get another
it's
passport.
Not cheap, 7,000.
Yes. They have up to August 31st of 2019 to have made the switch to the e-passport.
All right. So there's that, the cost bit, and then say I have a visa for, about 5 years. what does it mean then? Because within 2 years is when I have to move to the new one. What does it mean for people who have valid visas over the 2-year period?
Well, the Department of Immigration has also clarified on that, and they have specified that the visas will remain valid even upon acquisition of an e-passport. So, for example, you had a 5-year visa to travel to whatever place, then that visa still is valid for use even while having both the current one and the e-passport.
All right.
Yes.
And my last question, Joel, before we take a break, has this been used elsewhere in Africa, maybe this kind of system?
Yes, there are countries in Africa that have already issued e-passports to their citizens, one of them being Ghana, there is Morocco, there is Mauritius, and Egypt as well, and Gabon. So these are countries that have already made that move, and it will be interesting to examine the level of impact of this e-passport towards the notion of achieving a visa-free Africa.
Yeah, and
yes,
that's a
because
big
that
conversation.
Has been a conversation that has really come up once in a while.
All right, many thanks, Jewel. Always a pleasure to have you simplify these matters for us. And we want to take a short break now here on Kivumbi 2017. Don't go too far. We have more news when we return, including how to cope with election loss.
Tweet of the day in association with